Alright, I wanted to show you our 55-gallon aquarium. We set this up this last week and made a homemade wet dry sump, which is down below here. I'll show you a little more of that here in a minute. I just wanted to give you an overview. It has a external power filter or a hang-on filter on the back of it. And I add another, it has LED lights, and we set it up here on an old desk that I had. Alright, this is my tank all set up. You notice right now the water's a little cloudy. Initially set it up. I'll show you how quickly this overflow sump filter I made clears it up. This is the outlet. Water flows back into it at this point here. I also have a power filter on it. And I also wanted to show you here further that the inlet overflow pipe has a big opening. This says inch pipe, and fish could be sucked in there. So this is the outlet. This is actually a box, a drawer, one of these plastic drawers, and I've drilled holes in each drawer and allow the water to run down through. The first top part is that floss. The second area has lava rock as a filter media, and then it's pumped back to the top. I also this is the outlet where the water overflow goes into the back. I've hard piped it all the way into the wet dry sump, and this way I didn't have to use any plastic hoses or nothing. This here, you can see how the cloudiness in the inlet tube. We'll show you shortly here how I saw that so it didn't suck the fish in. And this is the outlet. You'll see the little hole in the outlet. That's so it doesn't siphon back when the power goes off and overflow in your tank. Use some lava rock here as decoration. This is just from Lowe's. Okay, this is the inlet. It's an overflow, and I made this little cage-like thing to go over the overflow pipe. You can see it coming down here. This is made out of crocheting mat, and I actually sewed this all together and formed a box with a hole slipped down over top of it, and this way the fish won't get sucked down in the filter. Right now I have some of these rosy red minnows to cycle the tank, and they seem very happy in here. They're rather than buy expensive fish, these are like 10 for $2. I put like 20 of them in, and they can go through the cycling process and have very little expense in cycling the tank with more expensive fish. And I can do whatever I want with them later on. I believe we're going to make this a community fish with like platies and maybe guppies and mollies and this type of thing. Up in the corner here is the inlet from my sump, my dry wet sump that I homemade it, and so that's where the return is. And this is the power filter inlet that comes to the bottom. So this is our basic setup. Took a couple flower pots. Got some of these big rocks at the dollar store for $1, and a couple flower pots. Turn them on their side, and some more rocks I got in a bag at the dollar store here. These little guppies or minnows like to go inside that little flower pot. And then this is lava rock. Same lava rock I used in the filter for substrate, and I just rinsed them up. This got at a garden store at Lowe's, and rinsed it out really good. It's very dirty. I rinsed and rinsed and rinsed, and the tank was a little cloudy overnight. The filter cleared it up. It's really crystal clear now. This is only the second day that I've had any fish in it. It's been up for about 4 days now. This is my overflow plumbing. See, I have an air stack that comes up through here, and it goes down. This goes back to the back and it's plumbed right into the wet sump filter. And as you can see here where it overflows at the top, I just took drilled a hole and hot glued it around there tight, put a plug on it, and to siphon it, you just suck on that aquarium line there until you get all the air out, and it'll start flowing. It's supposed to remain primed, but it does lose its prime on power. I have the whole unit set up now so the water levels, even if the pump's running when it comes back on, it won't fill it up, overflow the tank. The only problem at this point, if it runs for a long time, the pump gets in very little water and it could burn up the pump. So still working on a solution to keep it primed. This is the top of this is the inlet. You can see it sucking down into there. But how I made this little box that extends above the water and keeps little fish or even big fish from getting sunk in the inlet tube and clogging the whole system up. And so far this has worked out really good. It's 69 cents at the craft store, and just cut it out. Took some thread. I had some working. It's pretty quiet. You get water noise here, but that's typical for this type of wet sump filler there, which I don't mind. I've enjoyed the water sounds. It's kind of relaxing. Yeah, this was a little tour of my setup. We made this wet dry sump do-it-yourself with just a couple little storage drawers, the little plastic drawers. Got this one at Walmart. $10 is for the drawer, so really it wasn't very expensive at all or anything. The tub before I had, this is just a little storage tub that I used to set the drawer down into it. This is a 3 drawer container, and I modified it so I'm only using 2 of the drawers. The 3rd drawer, I kind of cut it to, it made a smaller slot, and that I put just a mat filter in there. That's the first thing that goes through. Then it goes down into the 2nd drawer that actually has floss in it. Then that has holes in it, and it dumps down into the 3rd drawer that has the lava rock. The lava rock will be my biological filtration on it. So and then it goes back down to the very bottom, and the pump pumps it back to the top of the aquarium. I also put the heater sets in the bottom, that's in the very bottom of that, so I didn't have the heater inside the tank, and that way it helps clean up the tank a little bit there for it. So this was kind of a overview of my 55-gallon setup. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave questions in the comment box, and I'll try to answer them for you. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And if you're not subscribed, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all my subscribers there, and I try to make informational videos that can help you in a lot of different subjects. This happens to be one on the aquarium, and so I hope you get it. Leave questions. I'll see you the next time.